Premium Pete Show.
Internets, welcome back to another episode of the Premium Pete Show. I got my guy, my brother from another mother, Dallas Penn, in the building.
Internet.
He's back. Listen, Dallas, your foot's okay?
I mean, my whole shit is fucked up. But I'm here.
Okay, as long as you're alive.
I mean, here. The foot has not yet been removed. Either foot, because listen, it's in both feet, hands, arms, legs. Internets. Fuck that diabetes shit. All right, fuck it. All right, find out about it because it's coming.
Sure.
All right, it's coming. Not for everybody. Some other shit's coming for you. Cancer. Other bad choices are coming for you. All right.
But diabetes is
definitely in the cut, lurking.
Something to stay away from.
Some sucker shit.
Look, I'm always happy when you're in the building. We get a chance to chop it up.
Happy to be here with y'all.
And we got a special guest in the building, Coney Island's finest. So I should say the mayor of Coney Island.
Yeah.
It's called the mayor of Coney Island. We're going to say entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. Okay, we got to say that.
Yeah.
We're going to say artist, or we could say
you have to say artist. You have to say artist.
Bars. A guy who comes with
add that
plenty of bars. The one and only NEMS is in the building.
Fuck your life.
Okay, listen. First off, right off the bat, for people listening who don't even know who you are, what would you, if someone asked you who the fuck you are, what would you explain yourself?
I'm an all-around great guy.
That's a fucking lie.
I'm an artist. I mean, you described it perfectly. I'm an artist. I'm a New York City native. I'm a New Yorker. That exudes New York wherever I go. I'm the quintessential New Yorker. I'm the quintessential Brooklynite. And I'm an artist. I've been doing this for years.
Now let me ask you something. Growing up in Coney Island, it's funny because we had Torre on the show. Black Torre, internet is don't play around, okay? We had Torre on the show. Another Coney, a fellow Coney Island. Growing up in Coney Island, I mean, it's like not a lot of people were artists. Like there wasn't like somebody to be inspired by, right?
I know. I kind of got resentments with that. That's one of the resentments I got with Coney Island.
And there wasn't enough artists.
Everywhere else, people were getting on. Queens got theirs. Nas was bringing out people in the Bronx. You got fat, just different. Even the other parts of Brooklyn. Yeah, Jay-Z, and nobody ever blew out of Coney Island, and there was never any artists coming out of there.
Got Stephon Marbury.
Yep, it's big for basketball.
Who else? Go down to
Stephon Marbury, Sebastian Telfair. Lance Stevenson.
Any actors?
Norman Marbury.
Yes.
Oh, that's some old nigga shit. Fuck.
D-Flight. We got and Isaiah Whitehead is the newest one that just came out.
Okay. So Coney Island obviously breeds a lot of ballers.
Yeah.
But as far as artists, as far as wanting to,
as far as music artists,
yes,
internets, we here with a native New Yorker, and when you exude New York, it's not just music.
Yeah,
you
it's everything.
New York style.
Sure. Yeah.
To me, and it's
100%.
Internets is crazy. Like NEMS is my man, and I'm getting more familiar with his music now. But just his style was just like it's undeniable New York. It translates the feeling, but you know why? It translates the work ethic.
Yeah.
Like this is somebody that works for theirs.
100%, man.
I mean,
there's no other choice where I strive not only for myself but also for my neighborhood, man.
Right.
Like Pete was saying, man. Besides ball players, there's nothing else going on. There's no actors. There's no.
You know what you gotta explain to people? Give people the geographic location of Coney Island, and how you have to access it in New York. Okay,
Coney Island. If you look at a map of New York, if you look all the way at the bottom, there's like the further. I don't know the compass thing like we were talking before.
Sure.
But it's all the way at the bottom of the map of New York.
The bottom.
It's at the bottom. It's the bottom of Brooklyn, South Brooklyn.
But it got power.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a power bottom.
It's about.
It's a nest. No, for real.
Coney Island is 3 avenues: Mermaid, Neptune, and Surf. 21 blocks. I mean, if you the geographic, if you use it as a district, it's bigger. But to real Coney Island people, from Stillwell Avenue to to Seagate.
To the end of it.
Yeah, to the end. Yeah. So there's one way in and there's one way out. Like once you come inside Coney Island, you can't get out except the way you came back in.
Bust a U-turn.
Yeah. And everybody knows world famous Coney Island from the rides, the Cyclone, Nathan's,
Ferris wheel.
There's a whole neighborhood
that has supported that
100%
park,
100%
that has supported that function. So understand that. I mean, for Coney Island and for New York City, really, Coney Island was this destination with the aquarium, with the amphitheater, with all the things that can happen there, of giving regular New Yorkers 9 to 5, Monday through Friday folks, a place to come chill. You know, the Rockaways did that with Rockaway Playland. You know what I mean? And even getting to the Rockaways is difficult like that.
Yeah.
It's one block in, one block out. But Coney Island was that first New York.
It was the world's playground.
Yes. But who kept the lights on? Coney Islanders.
The Warriors.
100%.
The Warriors. You grew up in Coney Island, but then I think you also spent some time in Poconos. Is this true?
I went to high school in the Poconos. That's where I started for 1 year.
Why?
Because I went to high school. I went to high school in Staten Island. Like once I turned 13, we moved to Staten Island, me and my mother. When we were 18, I moved back to Coney Island. So my high school years, I went to Staten Island. I was talking to a girl. I lit a piece of oak tag on fire. Just playing around with my lighter. Then it went up. I ran, got scared. I couldn't go to I got a superintendent suspension. Couldn't go to no New York public high school for 1 year. My mother didn't have money to put me in Catholic school or private school. So she said, listen, you're going up to stay with your grandparents and go to school out there in the Poconos. I went out there. I didn't know anybody. I came home every weekend. So I would just go to school, go to my grandparents' house afterwards. I didn't have any friends.
Sure.
So I had nothing else to do. And I was always I always freestyled and stuff. But I was 15 years old. I started writing raps after I came home from school. And, you know, everything happens for a reason.
Who were some of the inspirations, like, you would say at that time?
Pun, Big L, Onyx, Sticky Fingers, definitely influenced me. The first tapes that I bought when I was old enough, every Tuesday I would go to the store to buy records. That was my main thing. Like every Tuesday I would go buy whatever album came out, even if it was trash. I had a humongous CD collection, crazy. But the first tapes I actually bought was Das Effects, They Want Effects, and Leaders of the New School, Scenario.
That's incredible.
Those are the first two.
Wait a minute. You bought a single?
Cassette single.
Whoa, internet. Hold on for a second. You bought a single.
Single. All the time. I was big on single.
Yeah.
You just had to push them out of the what's that called? The jacket?
Yeah.
Now, if you had the
maxi single was the plastic one, but the singles you push through.
It through. But if you had one of the Walkmans that did the reverse, you just let it rock.
And you got a beat on the other side, because most of the singles had the beat on the other side. So those are my first things. And just in the Poconos, you know, there was nothing. Poconos is surprisingly hood.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Tell me about your Walkman.
My Walkman, it was a piece of shit. It was like an Aiwa. AIWA.
Yes.
It wasn't a Sony.
Yes.
It was. But
hold on, Aiwa had some Aiwa had joints with equalizers on the cover.
Yes. But if you were popping, you had the Sony shit where it flipped itself.
Yes.
Just like when the CD players came out, if you had the shit that didn't
anti-skip.
Yeah, the anti-skip, your shit was popping. But I didn't have that. I had the bullshit, dollar store Aiwa with the bullshit headphones. But it did the trick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what we had.
You spoke about that you and your moms, moved out to Staten Island. You went to Poconos. What about Pops? Where was Pops?
My father died when I was 4 years old. My father was heavy into drugs. He caught the HIV virus. Me and my mother didn't have it. And in the 80s, that shit was a death. It was a death sentence. So when I was 4 years old, he passed away. So it was always me and my mother all the time. She did her thing. My mother did her thing. She worked. She bought a house in Staten Island, and after a while, my mother was also into drugs, but she got clean, and she was clean for years. And when she relapsed, and she lost the house in Staten Island, I had to move back to the projects when I was 17, and then I was basically on my own because she was out there for a minute. She's been clean now for another probably about 16 years.
Dope.
And
dope.
That's what it was.
Dope.
I know you also mentioned too that
cherish that time.
100%.
For sure. That you went through your demons
Big
too.
time.
And do you stem that from growing up around where mom and dad had these issues?
When I look back at it now, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. But growing up around parents that were using, even subconsciously, even their actions and the way that teach you, it manifests itself eventually into those same actions, and the same things that maybe made them use maybe was stuck inside of me. I've spent years, I haven't drank or done smoke. I don't even smoke weed. I don't do nothing for probably 9 years now.
Sure.
I work every day at it. It's not like easy. It's a struggle.
Sure.
But I know what I want out of life. And it came to a point where I had a development deal with Shady and with Shady Records, and they were like, "Yo, NEMS, we love your music. We want to sign you like immediately, but everywhere we bring you, you're robbing people. You're in and out of jail all the time, and you're more of a liability than an asset to this company." And they stopped returning my calls, and it came to a point where I was just like, I don't know. I had like a moment of clarity where I just was like, listen, you had everything by the balls. Like, this is what you wanted to do with your life, and you just lost it. So at the time, I told myself, I was like, listen, you could stop now. I mean, you could keep going how you're going, and in a couple of years, you're going to be dead, or in a couple of years, you're going to be in jail for a long time, and there won't be any life to live. Or you could stop everything now and live your dreams. And I woke up the next morning. Now, I had been to rehabs. I've been to jail. I had people praying over me. I wasn't able to stop. And it just this one time, I really had like a moment of clarity. I woke up the next day.
What was the grip? What was the grip?
I was doing everything. I mean, I didn't smoke crack. I didn't shoot needles into my veins. But everything else, everything. I was sniffing coke. I was sniffing dope. Popping Xannies before it was popular.
That's funny.
Because back when I was popping those Xannies, like everybody was looking down on. I was popping Molly's. Before it was Molly, when it was just ecstasy tabs.
Yeah, sure.
Never really was a drinker. So that when I decided to stop, man, my mother had already been clean for like 7-8 years, and I begged her to let me stay at her house because at this point she already had told me, listen, my one mother that came to visit me everywhere, jail, everywhere I went.
Hold you down.
She told me, it came to a point where she was like, listen, I wish you would just die already so I could stop worrying about you. And I was on my own, man. I was sleeping on lifeguard chairs in Coney Island, not in the summertime neither. You know what I'm saying? I was sleeping in staircases. I was doing all of that. And I had, I was desperate for a change in my life. And I begged her to let me stay in her house. She let me stay there for a couple weeks. I got myself clean. I seeked outside help, and I never looked back. I've been clean for like November. I remember my clean day. My shit is November 3rd, 2009. So this year, November 3rd, I have 9 years.
9 years, yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah.
First and foremost, congratulations.
Yes.
And, because
every day.
Being having an addictive personality is something a lot of people have, but being able to have strong willpower.
Yeah.
Like Dallas gives me a lot of credit. I smoked Newports for 16 years. Newports 100.
That's my last vice. And that's why I'm smoking this shit right now.
When you lose all your vices, you get bored. Then you washed. I'm like, damn, I need to do something. I don't gamble anymore. I don't do drugs. I don't fucking drink. I'm like, yo, I need something. I need to go back to the massage parlor.
What do you mean you need something, man? You're raising a son.
Yeah.
You're raising a daughter. You're finding the balance, of not being a fuck stick.
Sure.
Bringing people together. Really, that's the thing.
Listen, you douchebag. Thank you for that. Thank you. I appreciate you. Listen, back to NEMS, This is me and Dallas just talking, but back to NEMS. You fall in love with hip hop, but more importantly, a lot of people who know NEMS consider him a battle rapper.
Yeah.
Now, and I just want your opinion. Sometimes they say it's hard for battle rappers to make
to make music, good music.
Do you believe in that? Or radio music, or a hit that would play on the radio.
I mean, through what's out right now and through all the battle rappers, nobody has really blown from that circle. I mean, there's a couple people that never really. They were really outsiders. Like
I won't say you can't make radio hits. I mean, there are structures to songs that mainstream radio wants to play.
Yeah.
And to tell you the truth, classic hip hop.
It's not that.
No, it's not that.
Yeah.
It's not that because first of all, there are too many thoughts contained. Bars.
Yeah.
Bars.
Yeah.
Bars where some shit on the radio is like 6 words repeated several thousand times.
But also, you know what? And,
Bitch,
and when
I'm
I
a
was
cow.
when I was coming up, bars were what were the
Sure,
singles.
sure.
Method Man, Bring the Pain, or
Bars is
it was
still,
bars.
it's
like,
still bars are still.
Wu-Tang fucking Triumph was a single.
Stop
You
that.
know what I'm saying?
Stop
that had
it.
no hook.
Stop that.
You know what I'm saying?
That song is like a alien race will come here
Yeah.
and they'll be like, yo, explain this hip hop shit to
Yeah.
me. And you play Triumph for them niggas, and them niggas might spare
Yeah.
the niggas that rapped on Triumph because some alien that's gonna come here is gonna be able to kill everything regardless.
Yeah.
But you play them niggas Triumph, they'll be like, okay, you know what? We gonna let the niggas that rapped on this shit live.
Yeah.
Everybody else we eating.
Yep.
Everybody else is cooked.
Shit like that was singles, man. So, you know, when coming up, I didn't want to make that other type of shit, that Ja Rule shit. Nothing against Ja Rule, but you know, like when I'm in the studio, I don't have a singer just readily available. I'm trying to get out my frustrations,
Sure,
and I'm
sure.
trying to get out what was on my daily routine and what got me through. A lot of shit that I say on my music, I don't even talk to the closest people to me about. I'm a very closed in person. I don't talk about my feelings.
Okay.
I don't talk about my shit.
I'm gonna say this though too. You still now, as you evolve, as you get older,
Yeah.
you have to keep a space open.
100%.
Because you may find a shorty from Coney Island
Yeah.
who blows that way. That you know what?
Which way is that?
The way that you know.
I mean, whatever way the wind blows.
I mean, listen, that way.
okay.
Internet's
okay.
that way. But just getting back to this geography, this space right here. That's like, you know, you're right. Ball players come out of there, but like musicians, music artists. I mean, graph artists come out of there.
Yeah.
You have
Tons.
some incredible graph there. Why? I mean, that's the end of the line.
Yeah.
You have one of the biggest
Yeah,
yards.
100%. Everybody came over there. Coney Island yards.
Biggest train yard.
Yeah.
So I mean that
Coming up, Graph was a big part of the Graph community. They fuck with me heavy, and I fuck with them because I'm quintessential New Yorker. Like I exude hip hop, man.
Yeah.
This is how I came up. Everything I don't break dance, but I came up writing graffiti hard. Like I was on the front page of the paper for getting arrested for graffiti.
you are graph.
Yeah.
You went from graffiti and you became a graphic art director.
100%.
You
I like the
know,
way you put that.
I mean, but that's graph.
Yeah.
One is graffiti, the other is graphic art.
Yeah.
And it's still, you know, it's still the message. It's still on theme. It's still fly.
Yeah.
And internet, if y'all don't know, you have to look at his work. It's so New York.
Yeah.
Classic New York.
You're talking about his brand.
I'm
Okay.
talking about the images he uses. I'm talking about just the way he translates the message of his brand. Like
Sure.
he
Into
doesn't have to say
merchandise.
like, yo, we are New York. He doesn't have to use that language.
Yeah, at all.
Because his art is so New York.
Yeah. I never was the type to say, yo, I'm bringing New York back or I'm doing this. It just speaks like
It's
what
just,
you do.
This is just who you are.
You just be you and it comes out, you know, itself.
Internet, the New York City that NEMS is from is the city that never sleeps.
100%.
All right, understand
The
that-
working class New York.
Exactly. The people that's up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. Now, trust me, there's people up at 3 o'clock in the morning and they tweaking.
Yep, that's a fact.
But there's people up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning working, keeping the lights on, keeping the city running.
Yep.
Getting the city ready for that next day.
Yep, 100%.
Where 8.5 million, they say, but it got to be more than that.
100%.
Got to be probably 10 million.
You know,
Probably.
who's the Mount? In your opinion, who's the Mount Rushmore of battle rapping?
Of battle rap? I mean, I gotta put myself, even though I've been inactive for a minute, just because I'm me. I'm my own biggest fan. You have to say Murder Mook. He would have to be up there. Even though I just seen him this week, he I think he lost the battle, which is like rare for him. Yeah, Murder Mook. My man Iron Solomon.
Iron Solomon still active?
Iron Solomon just came. He's been back for the last year. He's been killing it.
Damn.
He's been killing it.
Damn. You know what? I love that Iron Solomon got a movement, got a niche.
Yeah.
Where he gets it moving. He keeps it moving. Iron Solomon is in Europe.
Yeah.
Iron Solomon is in Australia.
All over the place.
China?
I don't know.
Antarctica. Once Iron Solomon goes to Antarctica, yo, once you get to Antarctica,
That's when you know you cracking.
yo, your shit is the most
Solomon's
exclusive.
been a friend besides this rap shit, when I got locked up, why I've always stayed close with Solomon and my other man Vanguard is that when I got locked up, I knew them through rap. And I recorded my whole first album was at Solomon's house. He's also an engineer. He does all of that. But when I was locked up, man, they wrote me letters. They came to see me. They when I came home, they threw me a welcome home party. They put money in my hand. They when I came home, they had put all my songs that I was working on before I got locked up onto a CD, made it a mixtape, and gave me 500 CDs for me to sell and bubble and make my money and get back on my feet when I came home. And they made T-shirts, free NEMS. Like, they kept my name alive when I was locked up and shit like that. You don't find a lot of real people like that, man, and it's rare that people stay in your corner at your worst parts in life. And I'm a very loyal person, and I remember that.
You know, is it true that when you were in jail that you also had a video on MTV?
No, when I was in jail, the Fight Club had come out. See, the battle shit I always used to get my name up.
Okay.
But when I was the Fight Club shit, I thought it was a one-time thing. A friend brought me there. I won the battle, and I thought that was it. And they called me, yo, we're throwing another event. It's gonna be every week. And I went up there, and I just kept winning and winning and winning. And I was using verses from songs to battle other people, and I just kept winning. And I wound up having like 25 wins. I was like the most wins of the Fight Club when it was going on. And when it finally came out on MTV, I was locked up. I did the whole shit when I was on the run for 4.5 years. That whole time I was doing the Fight Club shit for robbery. And when I finally got caught, it came out on MTV. So I'll be walking the yard. People will be like, yo, that's the dude we just seen battling. People want to battle me on the yard.
So you didn't know that it was even...
I had no idea until somebody noticed me on the yard and was like, yo, I just seen you on MTV before I got locked up. And it was like, yo, I rhyme too. Let's battle. And I was just... battle people on the yard.
Battle people for stamps?
Yeah, all of that.
For Smoke Baby Clams? Let's continue to finish this Rushmore because, you have a lot of heart in a lot of things. And one of them is battle rap.
Yeah.
So we got at least, and I see you give a lot of due credit to people. And
100%.
So, who would you say, was Loaded Lux up there, would you say?
Lux should be up there, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Lux is good people. Lux started his own league too, and he did his thing for a while too, and he's been doing this thing. So definitely Lux too.
Anybody else at the internet you know about? To look out for, or that you admire from battle rap?
I mean, the dudes besides Iron Solomon is my man Swave Sever. I like him because everything that he's spitting to his opponents is real. Like he really knows karate. He really knows how to fuck niggas up and all of that. Like. And a lot of these dudes in the battle rap world, or just in rap general, I'm not saying that they're fake, but a lot of them are not those type of people. They might talk about it, but then they're not really that tough, honestly. And I believe everything he's saying because I know him, and so I watch all of his. And this other dude, Big K, he's from Virginia. He's super dope. Those are the main ones I watch.
How the fuck does somebody not fight in a battle rap?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because think about it, right? Especially
people do fight in battle rap.
No, but what I mean
is rare though.
Yes, it is rare. It is rare, but people do get broken down.
100%.
But think about it, right? We're from Brooklyn, right? Especially, think about like how high-headed, especially just New Yorkers in general. Like, say if someone's coming in your face and talking shit. Well, that's a good. That's a good one.
That was egregious. That was egregious.
That was. Okay, say if someone steps to you.
Anybody that watches much Prawn as Premium Pete. You should know better, man. That was. If someone you get a demerit.
If someone steps to you over here, and it's like, look, recently you actually just came back and did a battle versus Head Ice. I watched some of it, and to be honest with you, you were super disrespectful, and so was he.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's not what I do, but I don't know if I could.
That's what everybody says.
I don't know if I could deal with that shit.
Well, you gotta remember, at the end of the night, we were both getting paid nicely. But even that, like when I was doing it back then, when I was younger, the disrespect was just natural, and it was just like, it was just fuck your life. As I'm getting older, that's not really who I am no more. I've changed. I've grown. I've become a man. And when I look back at that battle, the newest one I just did, I was like, I was catering more to the people that used to watch my shit and trying to be extra disrespectful. And to be honest, I can't even watch that shit no more. I can't even watch the new battle that just came out. I don't even like it because I was talking. I was catering to the old fans and being super disrespectful. And some of the shit just was, in my opinion, over the line. I don't know how he didn't swing, but, I don't know.
But isn't that the nature of the...
It's just like, when somebody's trying to disrespect me in the battle shit, it's not like, it's not real. It's like, listen, he's not fucking my baby mother. You know what I'm saying? I don't even have a baby mother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not fucking my mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know none of this shit is true.
Yeah.
So, like... It's like if somebody says, yo, like, you're a piece of shit, you're a loser. Like, you're not a piece of shit, you're a loser. You're just like, whatever. It's not true.
But what's crazy too in Dallas? I want to hear your thought on this, but the crowd dictates beef or problems.
Understand something.
He's on the road.
NEMS, when we was part of Combat Jack show, we had given this guy mad, like, this guy he claims he didn't have no white privilege. He had crazy white privilege. We gave him mad titles. He could be misogynist Pete. He could be racist Pete. Yo, you are, tonight, we made you the poorest deputy. We let you be in charge of the poorest.
You're right. For a while, I held that crown down, but unfortunately, sometimes there's some
tonight
slip-ups.
You're getting dictated.
No. Slow down. The crowd, forget about the filler. You're all right, but God bless you. The crowd.
Ayo to this man.
The crowd goes crazy.
Yeah.
They could make the artist kind of like, oh shit, I'm getting played. You could feel that way from the crowd.
Absolutely. That energy is
no, the
real.
energy. See, Head Ice, I knew him before. We wasn't close, but whenever we had mutual respect whenever we see each other, and we met. We've always been cool. Not the closest, but
sure,
cool.
Right.
I originally didn't want to battle because I like him. I don't want to have to be disrespectful and shit on somebody that I like,
right,
and have to dig up shit about them that may be unfavorable. Now, everything was going cool. The battle league hits me and hits Ice like, yo, listen, we need you to sell the event more. You know what I'm saying? Like, tickets are almost sold out, but they're not sold out. We need you to sell the battle more. So, I spoke to Ice like, yo, you down with that? Yeah, I'm down with that. Okay, whatever. And then it turns into, he might say something I don't like, and then I say something he don't like, and then it starts becoming real animosity. And by the time the battle happened, I rented like three or four Sprinter vans. I brought probably about 40, 50 people from Coney Island. Sure. And the battle was in Boston. So
why is it in Boston?
I don't know. They just fucking had it in Boston that time. So like we came ready to fight.
Mm-hmm.
And this is somebody that I like, but through the course of time,
that dude's from Boston?
No, Ice is from Harlem.
Oh, okay.
So we came ready to fight, and it just it turned out to me, I started having to calm my people down because I had amped them so much. Like, yo, he was talking crazy. Let's see what he got to say now. And then after the battle, it just like, we shook hands and, it nothing transpired out of it. But like, it turned into some real animosity.
Yeah.
On my part, at least. I can't speak for nobody else. But that also turned me off a lot. Because when I was battling in the Fight Club beforehand, they used to not tell us who we're battling. They used to just be like, whoever's there that night, they call out your name, they call out mine, we battle. Boom. Use pre-written verses. Now it's kind of like WWF.
Sure.
Where I got to dig up dirt in his background because he's gonna dig up shit in mine, and it's just like I don't like it. I rather just, I spent like 2-3 months writing for that battle. I'd rather take that 2-3 months and write a whole nother fucking album.
Yeah.
Now how do you prepare for battle rap? Like, how do you just like do your Googles, or how do you prepare for that shit?
At first, I just was like, the best offense is a good offense is the best defense. Just kill them with just how I rhyme regularly.
You was just coming like Rick Calipari.
Yeah. And then,
like Rick Pitino, when Rick Pitino was with the Knicks.
Yeah,
just coming with the shooters.
That's it. And then people would tell me information about him, like, yo, you know, this dude did this, you know, he had a rape charge back in the day, it got dismissed, but, you know, and then I was like, oh, word, yeah, we don't fuck with rapists, da, 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 and I wrote my whole round, so it's like, yo, you're a rapist talking all this tough shit. Afterwards, he was like, yo, you brought that shit up. He was like, you know, that shit got dismissed. There was a whole, like, I was like, it didn't matter at the time. You still got the fucking charge, you know what I'm saying? Even though nothing came of it and it wound up being not true, but the people don't fucking know that, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And I got a real disdain for rapists and molesters and people. I don't fuck with that. Like, I used to make jokes about it. And now it's just like, after having an ex-girlfriend who was raped and stuff like it made me open my eyes to a lot of shit. And I don't play that shit now. Like now I really realized like I didn't have empathy yet before, you know what I'm saying?
When's the first time you seen somebody get sexually assaulted?
I didn't see I never really saw it.
Never seen it?
Never saw it. I mean, if you go by today's standards, like the Me Too thing, like that was just a normal thing, like catcalling women and, you know, yo, what's good, man, and grabbing their ass, like, you know, like I've seen people do that, but it wasn't a big thing back in the days. That's
a physical assault.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a sexual assault is like, you know.
No,
we got to take a break right now. Internet. Yeah, and we're back.
No, we're not taking a break yet, but soon though. But with battle rap, would you say that it's still well and alive in hip hop?
100%. I was just at the event, RBE Battle League with Murder Mook battled and all the people I was mentioning. It was sold out.
Yeah,
it was sold out. People, the internet was going crazy talking about it.
That's for sure.
So like it's alive and well. It's its own subculture.
Yes.
In hip hop, and it's thriving.
Yes.
People are getting paid more and more and more now. You know, when I was doing the Fight Club, it was free. We would bet on ourselves. Like, yo, I got 2,000 on myself and bet the battle, and now everybody's just getting paid in general.
NEMS, you're still betting on yourself, man. Because
100%.
Your clothing line, my fan.
Yes.
I keep going back to this. Is incredible.
Thank you.
Like, do you plan to move up on you know, creating like a special item, like a special jacket?
I mean,
because you've done hoodies, shirts, hats.
Well, I was doing last winter. We started doing jackets, custom jackets, $200. You know what I'm saying? People all over the world. I shipped to Japan, South Korea, Australia. There's people in Australia with my face tatted on. This guy in Nebraska with my face tatted on his ribs. There's multiple people in Australia with NEMS and FYL all over.
Where do you post your music on? Is it on SoundCloud? Do you post your music somewhere where you can see where the streams are coming from?
On iTunes.
Okay.
iTunes, Spotify,
does iTunes let you see where the streams are coming from? So that you could say, oh snap, how deep does it get? Does it get like down to like a state, to a city, to a...
Yeah. No, it doesn't do this the city, but it tells you states.
Okay.
Brazil actually streams a lot of my music.
Damn.
Australia, I have a nice little a nice following. The
you got to get to Brazil.
100%.
You got to get to Brazil. That's gonna be a real celebration of your work. You have the work ethic. You got to get to Brazil.
100%.
That'd be a beautiful thing.
I did Europe a couple years. I did Europe.
What'd you hit?
I was all over France. Did Paris, Brussels, Belgium, Amsterdam, Scotland.
See, they have a
Where in Scotland? Dublin.
Shit, man, but it wasn't. No, that's Ireland.
Yes.
Glasgow.
Yeah. Oh shit.
That shit was dope. And especially in France, people that don't even know, that don't speak the language, that know the lyrics.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah, going line for line, and they try to talk to them and like see who play and like.
I lost my voice at the end of one of the shows, and a fan was reciting the lyrics. I had him come on stage and do my last song. He knew every word for word, and I didn't even have to rap it. Like he rapped it for me, and because my voice was gone at the end of the last show, and it was crazy. It was crazy that they don't. And when I tried to tell him thank you, he didn't even speak English. It was crazy.
Listen, overseas, international, people love fucking hip hop, man.
Yep. Yeah.
And they're not afraid to admit that. Sometimes, we grew up in New York City, motherfuckers don't want to admit it, afraid of dick riding.
Yeah.
Nah, they're motherfuckers, like you said, may not speak English, but know bar, line for line, what you do.
Hip-hop.
Listen, exactly, all day. You spoke about your clothing line that you have, and that's one thing that, me and Dallas were talking off air, how much we really admire. First of all, you're building this thing. It's called FYL brand,
FYL
right?
brand,
So
yeah.
it's it literally
FYL,
means
fuck your life.
fuck your life,
Yeah.
right? And what does fuck your life mean? I mean, obviously we know
mean,
what it
yeah,
means,
yeah.
but what does it mean to you?
I mean, it started in Coney Island. A bunch of us, we just would joke around and tell each other, fuck your life. If somebody said something we don't like, yeah, fuck your life. Yo, you want to go to the store for me? Nah, all right, fuck your life.
Yeah.
And it just morphed into something where a bunch of us was rhyming together, and we was like, yo, we need a name. What's gonna be our name? Let's be fuck your life. That's our name. And I just ran with it, and some of my other friends that didn't take rap serious, they felt, they stopped rapping, and I just been carrying the torch.
FYL.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, you found your life.
Yeah, Hunts
You know
Well,
what I mean?
still finding
fixed my life.
That's it. FYL brand.
Yeah.
FYL brand.
100%.
Because sometimes it will be to a motherfucker, fuck your life.
Yeah.
It will be that too sometimes. But as you mature, as you grow older, as you get more wise and more
100%.
prosperous, you find other
Yeah,
things
there's
to
other,
F.
follow your leader.
Oh man.
Fearless young lords, famous young
man.
Latins,
Oh, man.
fingering young lesbians.
Whoa,
Okay, easy.
whoa.
Listen, on that note, you know what?
That's the exclusive. That's the exclusive right there. So that's a whole line of toys.
On that note,
a whole line of sex toys.
on that, we're going to go take a break now, Internet. You're sitting here with Coney Island, the Coney Island's finest, okay? The mayor of Coney Island, okay? We can get back, we're going to talk about that merch because he's doing hand-to-hand. He's shipping worldwide.
Yep.
Internet's the one and only NEMS. Killing NEMS. Killing NEMS?
Gorilla NEMS.
Gorilla NEMS in the building.
Yeah.
Be right back. Cheer.
Yo, check this out, man. It's Prodigy from the infamous Mobb Deep, the head nigga in charge, HNIC. You know what I'm saying? Repping that Queens, New York. Chilling, man, right now, man. Just kicking it, you know what I mean, with my homie Premium Pete. And this is the Premium Pete Show. Keep it locked right here. Don't go nowhere. Real shit. One.
Internet's and we're back sitting here with NEMS, Dallas Penn in the fucking building.
Yeah.
Listen, before we went to break, we're speaking about the merch. Now, just to give an example, first of all, Internet's go on FYL brand. What's the website?
I mean, it started just off of Instagram. You could DM me on my Instagram or the FYL brand on Instagram.
You don't want to do a website?
I mean, I got a website.
But can people buy it? I'm saying?
Yeah, this is lifeagang.com.
Okay.
I mean, that's my all-around website.
That's
Music,
LYFERGANG.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, that's my all-around site. That's like, got my newest videos. It got a blog with my friends' videos, and it got my merch. But the main merch that I've been moving, because it started small. It started with like, yo, I'm dropping this hat this week, and it sold out. Just DM me to order. If you in Australia, I'll give you my PayPal info. You send it, and I'm gonna ship it out. Or if you're in New York City, because a lot of people were like, yo, I don't deal with credit cards, I deal with cash.
Sure, I get it.
If you're in New York City, I'm out there every weekend delivering. Like, listen,
Hand to hand.
hand to hand. After I got clean, like after being 3-4 years clean, I started hustling, and I would drive around from the moment I woke up until the second I fell asleep, running the phone. You know what I'm saying? In Staten Island, and
Maneuvering.
Maneuvering.
I gotta stop people from saying hustling because I'm old and I go back to when Hustlers was the little boys on 42nd Street, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they were serving the older dudes. You know what I mean? I'm old New York like that. You was definitely maneuvering though.
100%. So I took that mentality. It came to a point where I was like, this is not what I want to do with my life. This is not what I stand for. Like I'm being a hypocrite, being clean and knowing what you go through for doing this. And I just switched it into legal shit when cause after a while, like rappers glorify hustling.
Sure.
But like at the end of the day, it's very stressful. It's very I become paranoid. You're always looking over your shoulder either for cops or people trying to rob you. You don't know what's coming. And it just was like, yo, this is not for me anymore. I'm getting older. I don't want to do this. And I just was like, yo, I've been building a brand for like fucking 10, 15 years. Let's make this work. I always made little shirts here and there when I dropped a project or something like that. But now I just took it to the next level where I started getting stuff from China, but they're not as consistent. China, I might have to go on the phone with them for 2 weeks telling them how I want this or how I want that. And then I just found a it was trials and tribulation. It took over a year of getting jerked, going to different embroiderers or screen printers, getting jerked at this price or paying. Then I started doing collabs with established brands like SSUR, who's also from Coney Island.
Sure.
Yeah. That's my man.
Odessa's finest.
He's a Coney Island. He's been there in Coney Island his whole life.
Dig, I like that brand too. And they had some infrastructure.
SSUR is official, like they got warehouses and he has stores in Shanghai and Odessa and LA and New York.
But you got the lines of communication where something gets built properly. Like, hey,
yes, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. So dealing with him and there's another brand, Grateful. They're like a Christian brand, but I know the person who runs it is a good friend of mine, and they're doing millions of dollars a year. So dealing with bigger brands and seeing how they move and what connect they use and this and that, I started picking it up, and then I started, like, China wasn't able to send me my shit every week, so I wasn't able to drop every Friday. So I started dealing with people in New Jersey or New York, and now every weekend I drop a new merch. It sells out by Sunday, and we don't restock. It's just limited edition shit. If you're able to get your hands on it, you got it. If not, fuck your life, and we move on to the next shit. And shit, it's I can live off of that alone, but I'm still doing a lot. You know, I'm still maneuvering.
Dig it
legally.
Dig it
legally now.
What's end game? What's end game?
End game is to be able to be happy in life. Fuck money. Fuck money. I want to be happy. I want to treat people right. Because for most of my life, I've treated. It's been fuck your life. You know, I really lived it. As you get older, you can't treat everybody like everybody doesn't deserve to be treated. Some people deserve to be treated like. But the end game, I would say buying a house, but at the end, I'm already house shopping right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking to buy a house. But my lease is up. I'm able to buy whatever car I want to. Through the merch and through maneuvering in other avenues of life.
Yes, working.
100%. Through working. 100%.
There's again, see, we get caught up in mainstream ideology because their mainstream is idiots, where people don't respect the work. No. It's like you have to show reward, but how did you get the reward?
Work.
I
wake up every day at 4 a.m, and I don't go to sleep till about 1 or 2 in the morning. I might take naps here and there, but for the most part, I don't sleep. I'm up. This is the time in my life when I'm able to get it. I'm fortunate enough, or not, you know, not saying it like that. I don't have any children right now.
Yes,
I'm gonna have children in the future. Right now I don't. So
you got your health. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Right now is the time to hustle, so I could be straight later in life.
Yeah,
I'm up. I was up on Christmas morning at 4 or 5 in the morning writing raps.
Because you're already straight in life now.
I'm never straight in life. There always could be more.
No.
But I'm good.
You straight though.
Yeah, 100%.
You straight.
100%.
Internet.
That was the fucking burner. Maxim, with the name "Fuck Your Life," right? Do you think that, say, if someone approached you that wanted to buy the brand, do you think that having a name like that, you think they would want to PC this shit, or you think it's okay?
What do you mean, like
you know how like a big corporation may be like, you know,
that's
fuck.
why I made the website Lifer Gang instead of FYI, because after a while it was like, all right, you're not gonna be able to be mainstream with Fuck Your Life, so we switched it to Lifers, you know, Fuck Your Lifers, but just Lifers, because we in this shit for life. You know what I'm saying? And just switched it to FYL. Some of the hats say Fuck Your Life, but there's also hats that don't say curses and stuff like that. You know, we keep shit for the core audience, but also we make shit PC. You know?
You know, one thing that I really admire about you is that, you know, you've been able to stay afloat, right? And, you know, obviously you credit that your day job, as Dallas Penn has always said, your day job fuels your dream job. You know, you stuck with it. But more importantly, this is the shit that, you know, you make music. Sometimes, you know, you'll be around, but sometimes I'm sure there was like dark times.
Oh, 100%.
Times where like you like, go, is this music shit really even mean anything? You know, and you know, in this battle shit, and you know, and you come from a cloth, I feel like that, you know, that doesn't really exist anymore, where you're built on, you know, you don't beg people for shit, you don't bother people, but it's also, it's a tough game, and it can be a lot of bumps. How did you weather through the storm of like maybe not thinking you know, people don't think you're nice enough, or meaning in in being an artist?
Yeah. It just there has to come a toughness. I mean, through the battle rap, like we spoke about, where if somebody's saying something about you and you don't punch them in the face, you have to have tough skin to be in the entertainment business, period. But I know my skill set, and there's been times people have hit me from other parts of the country, like, yo, you made this song and it's really like it spoke to me, like it's changed my life. Yo, I'm also clean now because I heard you rap about it. And I try to make with all my albums, people know I could rap. Like I could go to any radio show, I could go to Static, Scram Jones, I could go to K Slate and spit bars. But when I'm making a project, I try to talk about my life and shit that I've been through, and I know that there's a purpose for me out there. Like a lot of shit that I've been through, people are dead from. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And people have died for lesser shit. I really believe that I'm here for a reason. I don't know what that reason is, but I know that I make good music. I know I can rap. And shit might be, it might be hard to get to the goal, but I know that there's a goal in sight.
Sure.
And once you start giving up on your goals, what else do you really have?
Sure. What's the hardest thing you had to do in your career, you would say? Or just life, not only career, just in general.
And the hardest thing was probably stopping drugs.
Yeah.
That was extremely hard, man. I tried for years. I tried for years to stop, and I wasn't able to. And it's just like I had that moment of divine intervention or a moment of clarity, whatever you choose to call it. And I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be here.
I always say this, and I don't want to only labelize Brooklyn people. I'm just saying New York because that's where I'm from. I'm from Brooklyn, but I'm gonna labelize New York. Sometimes we look good, but ain't good.
Yeah, 100%.
I grew up
dressing up the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever feel that way, man?
100%. I mean, there's times where I don't want to speak to anybody, but you still have to put on a face.
Sure.
For, say, I have to go to a show and I want to have to interact with. The main thing I hate doing, man, I hate networking. I hate talking to people I don't know. Right? I'm not a good conversation starter. I'm not like I don't like asking people for anything. I don't want to just talk to you because you might be able to do something for me. If I talk to you, it's because I genuinely like you, or I'm not, so there's been times where 50 Cent has been standing in another office when I went up to This Is 50. He's standing there, there's nobody around. I'm like, yo, this guy could change my life if I just go talk to him. But I didn't go talk to him. I kicked myself in the ass after, like, yo, that dude could have changed your life if you would have. But it's just like, yo, that's not.
But are you your own worst enemy? Would you say?
100%. I have a song called My Own Worst Enemy.
Really?
I'm my own worst critic, but I feel like you have to be to get better.
True, but you also sometimes have to get out of your own way.
100%. 100%. 100%. I'm very selfish in a lot of areas, and
Your only kid?
I'm an only child.
You think that's part of the reason being
100%.
selfish?
But I'm an only child, but I have a humongous family.
You're in a family,
and they're around me 24/7. Like my mother, I'm Puerto Rican and Irish. My mother on my Puerto Rican side, my grandmother had 13 kids. They all got mad kids, and we're very close knit. My Irish side, they had eight kids, and they just starting to have kids. We're close knit, not as close as the Puerto Rican side. You know what I'm saying? The Puerto Rican side, I'm around 24/7.
Sure.
My fam, so it's. My cousin been sleeping over since I'm a kid. I've never really was alone.
Did he wet the bed?
Not me.
No, did he wet?
Yeah. We all got cousins that wet the bed.
Oh shit, man.
Yo, I gotta tell you something. In my adult life, I had a wet the bed thing. I think that was probably when I was becoming diabetic, though. But yeah.
Yeah,
fuck your life.
Yeah, it's funny. You call yourself the mayor of Coney Island.
Yeah.
Have you ever required anyone to check in Coney Island?
I'm starting to do it now, and I'm starting because now is more opportunities coming to Coney. Like now they got the art walls, they got shit going on like Henny Palooza and other things that's going on at Coney Island. And I'm trying to get the hood organized where it's just like, yo, you can't be letting these outside people come throwing events. Not saying they need to pay us or do anything, but they need to have Coney Island artists on the venue.
Sure.
One dude that I respect a lot is A-Track. He threw Fool's Gold's Day Off out there. He didn't know me from a hole in the wall. And he hit me up and was like, yo, I want you to perform at Fool's Gold, and that was love. That's all we really.
Sure.
And it don't even have to be me. There's a lot of artists in Coney Island
Yes,
now. You know what I'm
yes.
saying? And it doesn't have to be me. I just want somebody involved in our neighborhood and to get opportunities, because opportunities in Coney Island are very few and far between. We're not getting a lot of opportunities out there. Nobody's coming to Coney Island. Shit, Big didn't even shout out Coney Island on Brooklyn's finest. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're like the forgotten part. But anybody from Brooklyn and anybody from New York knows about Coney Island, and they know what's up.
You know, on the hook, you know, that was Clark Kent.
Hold on for a second. Coney Island. If you were from New York and you never went to Coney Island on July 4th,
Easter.
on Memorial
Easter.
Day,
Easter
on,
in
hold
a
on for
brand new
second.
outfit.
Fashion
Hold
show.
on for a second. That you had to be from Brooklyn to go to Coney Island for
Yeah.
Easter.
In the 90s, the
You
blood
had
was
to
slicing
be
people's faces
from
over there.
Brooklyn. Now,
I
I grew up in Queens, and we had our own shit
Yeah.
on Easter. But Coney Island on Easter
Shit, that was a fashion show.
Yeah, 100%.
was Brooklyn.
I still get fresh because of that. Every Easter, I got a new outfit.
Harlem for Easter, 125th, New York City, 34th Street, 5th Avenue. You know, you play those strips on Easter.
Sure.
That's New York. But Coney Island,
Yep,
that was for Coney Island. That was for Brooklyn.
100%.
You know what's something you got to remember,
Brooklyn.
you know, especially about Coney Island, growing up in Coney Island myself, going to the beach, going to 33rd,
Yeah.
right? Going to
That's my
23rd,
block,
right?
33rd, yep.
But let me tell you something. This is something that I still to this day remember and live and focus on. When I used to go on the beach in Coney Island, at that time when I was going, there was crack valves in the water. There was bags
Needles
in the
under
water.
the
There was
boardwalk.
needles.
Yeah.
There was shopping carts. You know, I talk about this all the time when I tell you, I go in the water, I would hit some, I went, oh shit, the fuck was that? A boot,
Yeah.
shopping cart. So let me tell you, even like recently, when I went to Mexico with my daughter, and I'm able to look at my toenails in the water,
Yeah.
I think back to Coney Island like, damn, like if I didn't have that, I would never appreciate where the fuck, you know, the
I seen somebody jump off the pier when I was younger in Coney Island and land on a car.
really.
Yeah, inside the water. Like
Then
the pier
a
is
car in the water.
the pier is you have to walk out
Yes.
maybe like
Sure,
2
it's far.
football
Yeah,
fields
yeah.
into the middle of the water. I seen a guy jump off and hit a car that was inside the water, and this water got to be about at least 50 feet deep.
Mm-hmm.
He hit the fucking car.
You know what it is? Probably the guy couldn't find a parking spot. You know, he put it. You know, he put it in the ocean.
When did that car get out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
Coney Island
knows?
back then was crazy.
It was crazy. Yeah, you know what? When you really think about
I used
it,
to wear sneakers in the water.
you watch out for the crabs.
I went into that water for the polar bear.
I did that too. I do that every year.
Man, listen, I should have wore sneakers. The key to doing that is wearing some. I went in there out there barefoot. That
Yeah.
was
Me
the
too.
worst. That was the worst.
I have to do it now. I'm the mayor.
Yeah.
I got to do it every year, man. Last year was freezing. I couldn't. People were getting.
Explain to that for people who don't know.
I mean, the polar bear is a bunch of crazy. It's this year-round group where they jump in the water at nighttime, daytime, but the majority of it is done in the wintertime when nobody's on the beach. But they're a group. But just on New Year's Day, July 1st, everybody.
January 1st.
Yes, January
Yes.
1st. Excuse me. New Year's Day, January 1st. Everybody comes to Coney Island that knows about it and jumps in the water. And it kind of symbolizes like a new start to the year. You
Yes.
wash away your old shit. But that water's fucking freezing. This year I put it on Instagram,
Brick.
and people were getting on me because I got to like my waist.
Yeah.
Every year I jump in. I
Yeah.
got to my waist this year. It was like 20 degrees outside this year.
Shit.
And I was like, nah, fuck this. I'm not jumping in this year.
Yeah.
I went to my waist and people were getting on me on Instagram, but I still went in the fucking water.
That's a life shock. You know, going back to just being an artist and battle rapper and more.
Yeah.
You were gonna be signed one time. Remember you told me a story about Joey IE was gonna sign? Was
Was in the early. That was with the Fight Club. Joey IE. If you don't know Joey IE, right now he's the fucking president of Interscope, I
Yeah.
believe.
He's a big wig.
Yeah, he's a big wig. At the time, I think he was Funk Flex's manager, and he was a party promoter from South Brooklyn, like Avenue U, like Bensonhurst
Kings
area.
Highway.
Yeah, Kings Highway. Also a graffiti writer.
Yep,
too.
yep.
You know
Him
what
and
I'm
Joey
saying?
IE.
Yeah, he is.
No,
Joey
I mean
IE.
Jens.
Yeah,
Louis
yeah,
Jens.
yeah. So basically, with the Fight Club shit popping off, That was like the most popping thing going on in New York City at the time period. The Fight Club, the battle shit. It was exclusive. It wasn't open to everybody.
Wasn't a sneaker store, internet.
No.
Fight Club with a
Fight
K.
Club. Yep. He called. This is before cell phones. He called my mother's house. I came home one night. I was like 17 at the time. He called my mother's house. My mother, when I came in, she was like, "Listen, some guy called and said his name was Joey IE. He said that he's gonna make you a rich man. He told me I'm gonna make your son a rich man." I met him in Coney Island on 33rd Street. Gave him my CD. He called me the next day. Was like, "All right, I want to take you out to lunch." Da da da. And then I never heard from him. I was like, "Yo, this is strange. This guy was telling my mother he's gonna make me a rich man." And I found out later through the grapevine that like he had heard that I was on the run. I had a warrant. I had to do some jail time. He had heard that I was doing drugs, and he just didn't want to be involved in that.
Yeah.
So that fucked up that situation. I was dealing with Def Jam. It was Spit Records at the time. It was Stretch Armstrong's label. They had Joe Buttons, Jinx the Juvie, and they wanted to sign me and my partner, NEMS and George Burns. This was around 2001. Like, we were dealing with them, and they were like, "Yo, we want to sign you guys." And 9/11 happened, and my partner George Burns, he thought the fucking world was literally gonna end. Like, he really was like, "Yo, he bugged out. Yo, this is the end of times." Fucking, and he started rapping Christian rap. And he stopped rapping like our regular shit. And they were like, "Yo, we want you guys together. We don't want you guys separately. We want you as a group." And all the convincing in the world, I couldn't get him to start rapping regular again. And Spit Records went defunct. And the people we were dealing with up there stopped. We wasn't dealing with them no more. It was Rob Love.
You still in touch with him? You still in touch with him now?
Yeah. No, the thing is, like a year later, he started rapping regular again.
Oh.
And I was like, this motherfucker, man, fucked up.
Your life.
We was in Def Jam every fucking day.
Yeah.
Every day. And
But the shit was real. The shit was real. I mean, the shit smelled bad for a long time.
100%.
It was probably until that nasty smell went away from all that burnt shit.
Sure.
Like it wasn't the people that burned up in that smelled bad. Because people burn up smells like barbecue. And that's kind of good. That's delicious. It's when you smell like a crashed computer screen. That's the shit
He said that was delicious. Listen, what's next for NEMS?
Next is just trying to do everything bigger and more big than I've ever done it before. Like, I'm trying to build up the brand extra, like the merch stuff, take it to the next level, get some investors, get some infrastructure. Because right now I'm doing everything on my own.
Yeah, sure.
It's just me. Like, sure. I come up with the designs, I deliver it, I fucking manufacture it, I ship it. I'm doing everything.
Legalized hustling.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to build the infrastructure within that. The music stuff, I could do stuff like this, like the podcast, and like it used to be I wanted to get with a label. It's like labels are obsolete now.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I have my girl now.
Well, you are NEMS. You are a label.
That's a fact.
What you
That's
would
why
go to a label and you would say, "Hey, label, I need y'all to find me an artistic director. I need y'all to." You are the label. You are the machine.
100%.
I mean, this is a fantastic. What a time right now to be alive. What a time to be a New Yorker. All right. You are the machine. You have the work ethic already, and you have the eye. You have the design. Man, listen. Your music continues. Your music continues to evolve.
Yeah, 100%.
Because your story is invaluable.
That's a fact.
Your story is invaluable. To take your story, man, and get your story to Philly, man. Get your story into Virginia.
Baltimore.
Get your story into, Baltimore. Get your story into
D.C.
Up and down the East Coast.
Yep, 100%.
Get your story really into Kansas City.
All of that. All of that.
You know, again.
I'm finishing up my album now. It's called Gorilla Monsoon. It's like I feel it's like one of my best works to date. So now it's getting mixed.
When's that gonna come out? Is it coming streaming or iTunes or?
Well, I'm gonna try to get some distribution for it. If not, if that doesn't work out, I'm gonna press up the CDs myself and sell them for fucking $100 each. But it's gonna be on all the streaming shits. You know, nobody buys CDs. So the people that do buy CDs and want to support the brand and support what I do, you know, you could buy a CD autograph with some merch. It's gonna be $100 if I don't get the distribution, you know, but most likely I'm gonna get it. I've already been talking with some people. Things are looking good. And that's it. Trying to get it to as many people as possible.
That's a nice ticket price at a show. All right. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say 100. Not to get in your wallet, but man, listen. For this experience at a show, $80. I get to see you perform. I get a T-shirt. I get a CD.
Yep.
Take a pic.
Yeah.
Get it, chop it up real quick. Here's the thing. I will say this. It's funny because I feel like you still have a lot more to do.
Me too.
But here's the thing I do want to tell you, and it's kind of what I was saying before. Don't be afraid just to get out of your own way sometimes.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is like, it doesn't hurt to have someone help with the shipping. You know what I mean? It doesn't. You can't do everything.
Yep.
And I think the more sometimes there's too many cooks and chefs in the kitchen is no good, but you definitely need a fucking sushi, a couple of people.
Yeah, no, you definitely need a Mexican cat.
No, don't
on a bike
with the
basket in the
reflective vest.
front. Yes, with the yeah.
Listen,
and the professional work Tims.
Yes.
The ones with the extra with the steel toe extra.
NEMS _FYL on Instagram.
Yep.
FYL brand on Instagram,
Yep.
Twitter, Lifer Gang, LYFER gang.com. Check out what you got going on. And streaming services.
Yeah, just put NEMS on YouTube, Gorilla NEMS on iTunes, anything.
Listen, fuck your life. Do you want to leave the internet with any bars? With no music? You good like that?
I mean, go check if you want to hear the fuck. I mean, I always got bars, but if you really
Now,
want
if you want to leave the internet, so good.
I mean, what do you guys suggest?
Give the people something. Just give the people something to tell them. Listen, right here, bang.
Listen, we do big face numbers. Chicks, they love us. Forgot your name, but remember my inmate numbers. 06R2495. I woke up this morning just grateful to be alive. You ain't gonna win cause there's hatefulness in your eyes. The people fuck with me cause greatness what I provide. And if I didn't rhyme, I'd still be with the schemes. Van put 20 racks up cause he believe in the dream. I could rhyme to the blind, make them see what I mean. Every verse I got was off of the... Everything I got was off of the hustle. There's no team. Had to wash my hands and go clean. Cause the only old heads you know that still rob is all fiends. $600 jeans. Shit already comes ripped. Shorty bust 3 times, even when I come quick. 100 hats a day, that's your month's pay in one flip. Take that and invest some shit. Then you can get like this. Hundreds of grams all on my neck and wrist. Gorilla NEMS, I will check a bitch. And I'll smack the holy shit out of any rapper that's on that freshman list. Fuck your life, motherfucker.
Internets.
That was all facts.
The one and only. The Mayor of Coney Island.
That was not fake news. Gorilla NEMS, FYL.
Brooklyn's finest.
Good to see you, bro.
Thank
Good
you,
to see
guys.
brother.
DP. Blessings. NEMS. Peace, brother.
Fuck your
Peace,
life.
premium.
Cheer. Internets, if you enjoyed that episode, I want you to email me at thepremiumpeteshow@gmail.com. Again, that's email is thepremiumpeteshow@gmail.com. Let me know what you thought. And listen, all my advertisers out there, all my big businesses, my small businesses, whoever, a friend, a store, you want to advertise on The Premium Pete Show? Email me at thepremiumpeteshow@gmail.com and let's get working. Okay? Make sure you subscribe, rate, leave a comment on all streaming platforms of the podcast. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and we'll see you next episode. Cheer.